Welcome, sweeties, Laura here. My journey with the tarot has been a long and winding path, much like an ancient Silk Road. For the longest time, the Devil card was one of those caves for me, a place I preferred not to linger. I saw it as a harbinger of doom, a signpost pointing towards trouble. I associated it with addiction, dear ones, a shadow that quietly lingers in many lives. Obsession, too, would whisper its name, gently weaving through the heart. A quickening of the pulse. For a long time it felt like a mysterious message on a midnight card, inviting reflection rather than fear. But the tarot is never so simple. It kept presenting the devil to me, inviting me to look closer, not to frighten me, but to discover treasures hidden in the dark. I learned the devil wasn't an external force waiting to pounce. It was a mirror showing us the chains we forge ourselves. And in that realization, I found the key. It asked me to venture into that cave, not to be trapped, but to learn. A torch pointed downward, energy misdirected unless we choose otherwise. This understanding changed everything. Slowly, I began to see past the shock of its imagery. I started to peel back the layers of fear. Let's talk about the card itself. The Devil, number 15 in the Major Arcana. 15 is a number of intense material energy. In the Major Arcana, 15 is charged with potent, earthly and charismatic energy. The figure often sits upon a black cube, rigid, earthly power. Part goat, part bat. Horns and wings signify primal nature. The inverted pentagram, the material dominating the spiritual. A torch pointed downwards, passion misdirected toward the earth. It speaks of the earthly, the primal, the subconscious. A basement of the soul where shadows congregate. Temptation, instant gratification, illusions of stability. The card acts as a diagnostic tool. It asks, what has a hold on you? Look closely. The chains are often loose. Bondage can be a choice. It isn't moralizing. It reveals seductive loops we repeat. False security tied to things that can be taken away. Are the chains real or illusions we choose to believe? The great secret. The key is often at hand. We can slip them off if we choose. It invites self-examination rather than fear. Look at the small figures. Their chains are symbolic. They show bonds, addiction, materialism, unhealthy attachments. Let's explore the symbolism of bondage. In the Devil card, these chains are not just restraints. They represent the patterns, habits, and attachments that quietly shape our lives. Notice how the figures appear bound, yet the chains are loose, hinting that liberation is possible. This imagery invites us to reflect on what truly holds us back and prepares us to look deeper at the meaning behind these bonds in the next section. See how those chains are almost always slack, a potent clue. Let's focus on the chains, symbols that reveal much about our own patterns and attachments. Typically, two smaller figures appear, tethered to the devil's perch. A man, a woman. Those chains represent bonds of dependency, consumerism, and negative patterns. Dependency, consumerism, reliance, material pursuit, habits of overindulgence, patterns of acquisition, negative thought patterns, toxic relationships, a dead-end job, crippling fear, anything that restricts free will and potential. Habits and desires that rule us rather than the other way around. Notice the chains are almost always loose. The loops are wide enough to slip off. The bondage is a choice. We are held captive by ignorance, fear, or refusal to see the key. The power of the devil is the power we give it. The longer we remain chained, the more we forget who we were. Acknowledge your part. Reclaim power. By seeing the chain for what it is, we reclaim choice. We can choose to walk away. But there is another face of this card. Primal power that can be harnessed. Let's look at the exalted meaning. It can be a tremendous force for liberation and positive change. While its reputation is fearsome, the devil has a positive side. It can be a tremendous force for liberation and change. When integrated consciously, primal energy becomes power. Primal energy, ambition, desire, fuel for creativity. Harness it, and you get immense creativity and joy. The rock star, the entrepreneur, the artist, all fire and daring. Break conventions that no longer serve you. Remove masks. Embrace shadow parts without shame. Find the sacred in the profane. In a reading, it can signal charisma and confident power. Mastery of the material realm. Channel darker impulses into art and enterprise. Is ambition serving you or are you serving it? Pleasure used mindfully, not as chains. Use your flame to create, not to consume. It can be a call to get real with yourself. Embrace the shadow, integrate, but don't be controlled. Now how it reads in matters of the heart, it can free you to be unapologetically yourself. A celebration of the whole human experience. Let's look at love. In a love reading, the devil demands honest attention. When the devil appears in a love reading, it calls for genuine reflection. It often points to complex, sometimes destructive dynamics. In the non-exalted form, it signals codependency and neediness, mutual dependence, clinginess, fear of being alone, exclusion of friends, family, personal growth, control and power imbalance, secretive texts and infidelity risks, relationships based purely on lust, hollow. In an exalted reading, it can signify intense passion and sexual liberation, a couple free to explore, unashamed, powerful chemistry and honest, raw connection. It asks, what binds you together? Fear or authentic love? It challenges you to confront jealousy, possessiveness, refusal to let go. It can catalyze major breakthroughs, freedom or deepening honesty, break free from a toxic bond, or deepen through honest, passionate intimacy. Next, work and money. Ask, is this relationship freeing you or caging you? The choice is yours. Let's consider career. In career readings, the message can be blunt. In career or finance readings, the devil carries a potent message. It often appears when you've become a slave to your job or wealth, a gilded cage, comfort that traps, workaholism, sacrificed health and relationships, running on a treadmill, never getting anywhere meaningful. Beware of compromising values for gain, toxic environment, manipulation, backstabbing, get-rich-quick allure, a high-paying, soul-crushing job, exalted, immense ambition, maverick entrepreneurship, mastery over the material realm, successful launch, financial gain. Is ambition serving you, or are you serving it? Build a life of freedom or a luxurious prison. The card may signal a need to break free, despite fear, or embrace your inner powerhouse and be bold. Be assertive, pursue goals with passion, ensure ambition aligns with your deepest values. Let your ambition liberate rather than enslave. Choose freedom. Final reflections. Embrace the wisdom. Integrate light and dark. My journey with the devil. From fear to understanding. The cards we fear often hold the most profound wisdom. They invite us to become whole, integrate shadow and light. The devil is not an external enemy to vanquish. It represents the shadow's self and primal instincts. Repression lets desires fester, awareness dissolves them. Integrating dark and light brings real freedom. Acknowledge your part and choose consciously. The choice of what you are bound to is yours. The power to slip off the chains has been with us all along. The devil simply shines a torch so we can see them. See it not as a curse, but as a key. It is a key to unlocking a more honest, powerful self. Authentic expression, wild and whole, freedom. Test the strength of your chains. You may be surprised. Embracing the devil is a crucial step towards self-knowledge, a journey into the dark to reclaim your light. Created by Laura, the Tarot Reader. Thank you for visiting the channel. If you're interested in learning more about tarot, we have a variety of playlists on the channel for you to explore. Consider subscribing to help us reach other kindred souls. Thank you again.